Good day guys, nice to have you here. Today we'll discuss a video where I played Argus as a gold laner, and as always we will cover all the good and bad decisions I made in the game, together with tons of tips, tricks, and strategies that'll help you win more games. Like I have told a lot of you in the past, contrary to popular belief, Argus is an excellent gold laner in most situations because of his ability to close the gap easily, therefore rendering the advantage of most marksmen in terms of range useless. He also has better damage output versus most other marksmen, especially in the early game, which makes it very easy for him to harass and prevent them from gaining traction. Having Argus on the gold lane also allows the allied roamer to freely join the jungler and mid laner in defeating enemies. Since Argus has excellent escape mechanics thanks to his first skill and of course his ultimate, getting assistance from his teammates is not always a necessity. Being on the gold lane creates an advantage for Argus teammates by keeping the enemy roamer busy in supporting their gold laner. If the enemy roamer does not stay by their marksman's side, Argus can dominate the lane and they can kiss their marksman goodbye. Beatrix is one of the marksmen that Argus can easily dominate. Same as most marksmen, she has mediocre base HP and can be very vulnerable in close range combat. And despite having a dash skill, usually it's not enough to completely escape from Argus since his first skill allows him to dash a second time. Another thing most marksmen do not have is HP sustain. Pressuring them and forcing them to at least retreat can be in most situations enough to prevent them from snowballing, thus giving your team an upper hand. Inspire is currently my favorite battle spell for Argus. It's not only useful in destroying turrets, it is also excellent in overwhelming your enemies and making every second of your ultimate count. Having that battle spell also allows Argus to not rely so much on attack speed items. That gives him the opportunity to choose items with higher damage, thus giving him more impact in battle. Lane cutting on the gold lane is not always a good idea since Argus becomes truly a threat against marksman heroes once he reaches level 2. At level 1 I don't suggest playing aggressively. Instead, try your best to reach level 2 as quickly as possible, and as soon as you reach level 2 and have learned both his first and second skills, that's when you should start making the enemy marksman pay. Johnson, the enemy team's roamer, decided to play his role the conventional way of putting pressure on the mid lane and aiding his other teammates. That, in my opinion, was a good choice since, like I said earlier, it's not like Argus will be able to outmatch Beatrix at level 1. However, he should have been observant and started leashing or supporting Beatrix the moment I hit level 2. Since he didn't, stay tuned and see how this will play out for Beatrix. Now that Argus is level 2, it's time for us to shine. I waited in the bush until Beatrix decided to show her position. Remember, this will only work if Argus skills hit the enemy. If you miss, I suggest backing out. Never ever force a duel if your skills miss. It's that simple. Sure, we failed to kill Beatrix, however, we were able to deal tons of damage which forced her to retreat. Because of that, she got the lane in both experience and gold.
I am altering.
If you're playing as a roamer, please stop clearing the lane and instead remain in bushes and provide vision to your teammates. Atlas really didn't have business going to my lane because number 1, the turtle was about to appear on the top lane. Instead of the bottom lane, Atlas should be pressuring the top lane in preparation for taking the turtle. And number 2, I didn't need help since I was winning on the bottom lane. Since Atlas visited the bottom lane, he wasted the opportunity of ganking Paquito.
The learner. Now I am the master.
Initiate retreat!
You are beaten. It's useless to resist.
This is one of the best opportunities for Argus. If a hero steps fairly close to your turret while enemy minions are far away, use Argus' first skill to drag them towards your turret. I usually get kills that way, and if they do escape, they will most likely retreat because of the damage they have received, thus preventing them from snowballing or gaining more experience and gold. And again, don't overcommit to team fights, especially if the enemy is out of reach. Focus on other things such as taking gold from the enemy turret shield. Now this is the part where Atlas is commendable. While it's true I still wished he would have gone to the top lane instead to provide vision for the turtle, what's commendable is how he waited for Beatrix to get closer to him as well. He reserved his ultimate and waited for the right moment, which gave me the opportunity to hit 2 enemies with Argus' second skill. Argus' ultimate was about to become available again. Also, Odette was fairly close to our turret, which made it safer for Argus to initiate a fight. If Odette decides to use her ultimate, the turret will simply attack her, therefore destroying a huge portion of her shield, which makes her vulnerable to Argus' attack. At that moment, she didn't have enough items yet to deal significant amounts of damage, so Argus should be able to withstand her ultimate for a few seconds before his ultimate becomes available again. This is, by the way, a pretty unusual build for Argus since most players focus more on attack speed items. Instead, I got Argus Hunter Strike as the first item. This item can be very useful in Argus since it provides bonus cooldown reduction, which is helpful in making Argus' ultimate become more usable, damage penetration, and decent bonus physical attack. Its unique passive also works great on Argus since he is capable of reaching its max stacks quickly thanks to the nature of his skill set. At max stacks, Hunter Strike improves the user's movement speed by 50%, which allows Argus to chase down his prey effectively. I got Argus Magic Shoes for obvious reasons. With that item in Hunter Strike, Argus will gain a total of 25% cooldown reduction since we equipped the Assassin Emblem, which provides 5% cooldown reduction. I normally wouldn't recommend those items if you want Argus to deal tremendous damage. However, we equipped Inspire, and the attack speed we got from that battle spell was more than enough to compensate for the slow attack speed on the early game.
Ult is not ready.
Since the bottom turret has been destroyed, we'll be able to join more team fights now.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
As much as possible, don't let the enemy minions gain advantage in minion waves. Clear the enemy minions whenever necessary, but don't overdo it though. You don't have to attack the second turret. Just give your minions advantage and then do something else such as stealing jungle buffs or joining team fights, or if necessary, clear or defend other lanes, especially the mid lane.
Ult is not ready.
When I left,
I saw that Eve was going to recall to regenerate some lost HP, so I decided to clear the mid lane minions. Again, focus on the main objective and make sure to put pressure on the lanes and defend whenever needed.
deadly.
I was already in a good position to help in taking the turtle, but Eve still went ahead and joined us on the top lane. Instead, she should have went to the bottom lane and cleared the minions first or defended it. If she did, we would have still taken the turtle without losing the bottom lane turret. She was not really needed there since Atlas and Freya were also close by. Also, let's not forget that the enemies were all behind in terms of XP and items, so clashing with us would most likely result in their deaths even without Eve's presence.
Your fault.
Initiate retreat. An ally has been slain. Unstoppable. An ally has been slain. Ult is not down.
For some reason, Atlas is yet again following me. Instead of doing that, he should have been defending either the mid or top lane. Since he went to the bottom lane, I was forced to go to the other lanes and defend them. If I don't, one of those lanes could lose.
Launch attack! Enemy has been slain! Ult is not ready.
If Atlas was there earlier, he would have successfully used his ultimate on more enemies, but since he was on the bottom lane, we had to lose a couple of allies.
Enemy has been slain! Ally has been slain! Enemy has been slain! Legendary! Launch attack!
Some of you might be wondering why Ling didn't just fly away. Actually, that player wanted to, but he couldn't because his first skill was not available. Remember guys, don't underestimate Argus. He probably thought he could take on Argus since Ling had more HP, but the thing is, Argus at that moment was already one level higher than Ling. He also had advantage in equipment because of the ridiculous gold he gained. If I were that Ling player, I wouldn't even engage and would instead run away to the opposite direction, especially since Ling's first skill was not available. I got Argus Demon Hunter Sword for the bonus damage it inflicts on enemies. Let's not forget that it also provides decent attack speed, which can help even out the lack of attack speed Argus had initially. Then I got Corrosion Sight, which is again another item that boosts movement speed. It also slows the enemy down and provides decent bonus damage. The main reason I got that item though was the tremendous attack speed it provides. It's a great item to have on Argus regardless of the situation because of how much it benefits from it.
Your team destroyed!
As you can see, since we were clearing lanes efficiently and did not camp a lot, we were able to be at the right place at the right time. Again guys, don't camp too much. Clear lanes as much as possible, then switch to the other lanes the moment your minions have gained an advantage on the lane you were clearing.
My team destroyed a turret! Shut down! Legendary!
We got Berserker's Fury next since that will act as our main source of damage, especially when it crits. We were also supposed to get Windtalker next, which helps improve Argus' critical rate a little and provides tremendous attack speed and movement speed. However, the game ended before we got the chance to get such item.
Ult is ready.
Fear and death.
Triple kill! Legendary! Double kill! Attack! Enemy has been slain! Attack!
That concludes our Mobile Legends content for today. What other recommendations do you have when playing as Argus? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe everyone. Peace.